What's up guys, Syiler here, and I'm back with another kind of like talk, discussion, general chat thing on a topic that I feel relevant to World of Warcraft. This one is kind of a big topic, to be honest. Probably not going to be able to cover all of the thoughts and opinions in this one video, but hopefully you guys will express your opinions and thoughts and it'll go for a good discussion basically. So if you didn't see my last video, basically last time I picked a topic that I felt was relevant to World of Warcraft, put some PvP footage in the background and talked. And it seemed to go down quite well, so I waited till I found another topic that I felt was, really big to talk about, and this is definitely one of them. And this time you've got Nerdcam. Hi! So, let's go. So basically, we'll start from the beginning, but you may or may not have heard about this topic, and it's caused quite a lot of drama and QQing on the forums, and, just general, WoW community picking up pitchforks and torches and going ham. And what it's about is, recently on MMO Champion you may have seen a blue post which was talking about Korea and China getting separate lockouts. So if you remember back in Wrath, ICC for example had 10 man, you could go clear 10 man, and then you could go clear 25 man in the same week. So you could go do 2 different raids, get loot from both, and be happy, kind of thing. Now this brought down, it was good, but it had a lot of bad issues, and we'll get to them in a little bit later. So first of all, I'll cover the blue post fully, but it says from now on players could only raid instances such as Mogashan Vaults in both 10 man and 25 man difficulty. Normal and heroic raid of the same instances will share the same lockout as normal. So that basically means they can't do normal, heroic, 10 normal, 25 man normal, 25 man heroic, 10 man heroic, they can only do one of each. Furthermore, the loots of 25 man has been buffed and will offer higher item levels compared to 10 man instances. For example, Terrace of the Endless Ring in 25 man difficulty will drop the item level of 504, while they spelled while wrong, they spelled while W-I-L-E, while 10 man will drop 496. So that's kind of okay, I guess. If you remember back in ICC, 10 man heroic gear was equivalent to 25 man normal. So you had to clear 10 man heroic just to have the gear that you would get from a 25 man normal boss. Now that was crazy. That was a bit too much, the gear upgrade was like, whoa. So 25 man heroic was like double 10 man normal, 10 man heroic. Even though the difficulties weren't that far apart, like 25 man was double. So the gap was a little bit too big there. The gap is like that now. So 10 man heroic, then it's going to be 25 man 10 man normal, then 25 man normal, then 10 man heroic, then 25 man heroic will be the best. So 10 man heroic does beat 25 man normal. I'm getting myself confused. So 25 man normal is beat by 10 man heroic, which is good. That's how it should be. Like 10 man heroic is going to be significantly harder than 25 man normal. So I feel the gap is a lot less, and the gear is going to be the same. So if you remember, once again, ICC, a trinket may drop from 10 man that doesn't exist in 25 man. There'd be a different piece of loot in 25 man. So if you needed a specific trinket, you'd have to run like 10 man to get it, or 25 man to get it. Like what was the one? There was one from Sarfang, the Deathbringer's Will. Like certain melee classes, because it had armor pen, it was no good for Ret at the time. But certain like melee classes went crazy for that trinket because it was really good. So they really wanted that trinket, but it only came from 25 man. It was a huge DPS increase. So to get that, you had to raid 25 man to have a chance for it. Now, so if you're in a 10 man guild, you were kind of buggered because you couldn't literally ever see that trinket drop, especially if you had no options of doing 25 man raiding. So with the new system that's coming into Korea and China, the gear is going to be identical. It's just going to have a slight stat increase. And I don't feel it's that much that will force you to want to do 25 man if you're a 10 man guild, unless you're a top end guild. And that's where things get a little bit complicated. But so from here on out, this is all theory. They've not announced that it's coming to EU, US, other regions. It's only in Korea and China at the moment. And the reason it may stay in only Korea and China is because the way they pay for the game, apparently, I don't know this for fact, but the way they pay for the game is different compared to how we pay for it. So for example, apparently, because I know I'm going to be wrong and someone's going to be like, you're retarded, they don't do it like that, you're noob. But anyway, so for example, we pay monthly, we pay like the 1 month fee or a year fee, whatever you want. And apparently they pay for an hour or a day. They pay in much smaller chunks. So they'll get all their stuff done, they'll raid, they'll clear it, and then they'll log off. Because it's something implemented by the government to stop, like, cut down on how much people are playing games. They don't want people, like, spending all day on it because it'd just be a waste of money. Obviously some people still do that, but if I paid for a month and I'm just going to sit AFK in Orgrimmar, you know, just doing nothing, like getting no work done, just, you know, AFK. Well, if I'm paying per hour, I'm going to be like, no, I ain't sitting in Orgrimmar all F4, you know, because I don't want to just waste money. So that's apparently the reason this has been introduced, to get, like, Blizzard's plan to get Koreans and stuff to play more, so they pay more money. You know, it's a clever scheme. Blizzard are definitely not daft. But I also feel like it's been kind of like an experiment just to see how the other communities kind of feel about it, how they react to such a change, because this is a big change and it kind of came out of nowhere. It was just like, oh, by the way, yeah, Korea and China have 10 and 25 man lockouts now. It's like, huh? So it caused quite a lot of drama. And the reason it's causing so much drama is because the item level is better in 25 man. Now, because I raid 25 man, I like the idea of this, and I'll cover why I like the idea of it, and then why I can see 10 man guilds and stuff like that having issues and not liking the idea of it. So the reason I like the idea of it is because I love raiding. If you don't or do know, I raid both EU and US. I raid like 5 times a week. I raid about, how many hours is it? I raid about like near 20 hours a week. I do a lot of raiding. I really enjoy raiding. It's fun. I play both Enhance and Rare. Melee for the win. So I love raiding, so being given the option to raid even more, get more gear, you know, raid 10 man, sounds good to me. I won't have to do it because 25 man will give better gear, but if I want to improve myself, you know, get better gear, which I will anyway, then I'll go run 10 mans. And it'll give me the opportunity to do it with some friends, or, you know, even the stream, you know, just random stuff like that, and it opens up more doors for me to be able to do more fun stuff. And the other thing is, 25 man's kind of been dying out. If you've noticed, a lot of big 25 man guilds have disbanded or gone to 10 man or split up, and it's a shame because 25 man feels like, if I have the option between 10 and 25 man, I will choose 25 man raiding every single day, because 25 man raiding to me just feels more fulfilling. It feels like that's how the raid was made. It was intended for 25 man and then scaled for 10 man. Like when you raid 25 man, it feels like this is what I was meant to do. Not saying that like 10 man's broken or anything, but just 10 man never felt as challenging in a sense. Like there's a lot more stuff going on in 25 man. Yeah, you can say that, oh well, but if one person dies in 10 man, that's you screwed. But if like 3 to 4 people die in 25 man, you screwed. It's the same kind of weights. Like you just have more people that can die, but you have more people that can actually fail to mechanics. So that argument is pretty invalid. So 25 man guilds have been kind of dying out, which is a shame to see. I don't like seeing big 25 man guilds disband, such as Paragon. Paragon recently disbanded, not disbanded, but went to 10 man. And some of the big 25 man guilds were like, rest in peace Paragon, it's been fun competing with you. Like they don't even see them as competition anymore. Like they might as well have disbanded in their eyes, even though they've got like world first Mogrish and Bolts. None of the 25 man guilds give a crap. If it's not 25 man, then they don't see that as competition. So with them doing the 10 and 25 man lockouts, what that's going to do is cause a lot of players to want to raid 25 man again. Not because they feel forced, but because they actually want to be able to do both. So that'll open up a lot more doors, and it'll actually boost recruitment, or it should boost recruitment for 25 man guilds again, because it's very, very difficult, and I'll give credit to all the big 25 man, or any 25 man guild that's able to raid. It's very difficult now. Like Why raid 25 man when you can get everything the same from 10 man? There's no specific like benefits to doing 25 man. There's nothing. You don't get anything from doing 25 man. So why make it harder on yourself when you can go raid 10 man? It's less people to manage. Guilds more easy to organize. You need less food, less pots, less flasks, less people to run and manage and control, less people to recruit if you lose people. It's a lot easier to run a 10 man guild than it is 25. 25 you need like 30 to 35 people in an average guild. And you have to get them to all log on and be ready to raid, and it's hard to find out who's failing, who's slacking behind, who's not carrying themselves, like carrying the weight. Well, in 10 man guild it's very, very obvious, like, well, that guy's doing 2k DPS. See ya. That guy's failed every single attempt. See ya. So it's a lot easier to see like what's going on, and it's a lot easier to run a 10 man. So the change would probably boost. Now remember, don't take this as this is going to happen, just let me warn you again. This probably won't happen. 10 and 25 man coming to EU and US probably won't happen. But the fact that they're doing this means it could happen. So that's why we're talking about it. So the change would bring more recruitment to 25 man guilds, because people would actually be interested in raiding 25 men again, because they'd have the option of doing both raids. And I apologise for that bird in the background, but I've given it half an hour, I've left it, and it's still chirping away. And that'd be good. I'd like to see 25 man guilds appear again and be on the map again, and there'd be a lot more 25 man guilds, and some 10 man guilds would probably merge towards 25 man guilds, merge together with another guild and become a 25 man guild. Or they'll do cooperative raiding with another guild. They're like, okay, we're going to do our 10 man, you do your 10 man, but every Wednesday we'll meet up, we'll join together, and we'll do a 25 man raid. That kind of thing. And I don't see that as a bad thing. People will probably disagree with me, but like, I don't want to raid with enemy nemesis guild number 1. I want to stay with my guild and raid only 10 man. So yeah, now on the side of 10 man guilds or even 25 man guilds that are scared of this change, is because they'll feel the need that you need to do this. And it's not so much the case anymore. It's not, as I said, it's not like it was in ICC where the gear difference was huge. It's just like a slight upgrade. Now, unless you're in a higher end guild that needs the extra gear, then you're going to be able to get the gear that you need from 10 man to complete 10 man. You're going to be able to get the gear from 25 man to complete 25 man. You don't need to run 10 man to complete 25 man. You don't need to run 25 man to run 10 man. Unless you want server first and you really need that extra boost in stats, then you don't need it. You shouldn't feel forced. So that'll only apply to like the top 20% of guilds that I imagine would feel the need that they need to run both. And chances are, if you're in a higher end guild, you probably already have enough people in the guild to do that anyway. I know most of the top 20% of 10 man guilds have more than enough people, and if not, they need to recruit like a handful more. They have like 2 10 man raiding teams and ults and stuff like that. So that shouldn't be too much of a problem for those guilds anyway. They should be able to do that, so I don't really see that as a big issue. Now, the fact that the item level is different is kind of strange. I mean, I like the fact that 25 man is more rewarding. It should be more rewarding than 10 man. But maybe not through things like that. Maybe just an achievement or some extra benefit, Because then it would completely eliminate the feeling of people need to run both. Even though I like the idea of having better gear from 25 man, it's not really right in a sense, because as I said, it does bring up the slight issue of guilds feeling they need to run 25 man. Well, if you give 25 man some other benefit, I don't know, something, I don't know what you could do. Mounts and pets don't really feel special enough for 25 man only if you're going to give them some form of benefit for doing it. Pardon me, sir. So, I don't know. Maybe the slight item level, maybe they'll reduce how much item level you get from 25 man, so it's not as big as a gap, but it's only 8 item level. I mean, that's kind of a lot, but it's not like the world is ending, must raid 25 man to get best loots, okay? It's still like good, still very good, the 10-man gear compared to 25. So, whether see, it's a weird topic. If you're a 10-man guild, like, most servers have a lot more 10-man guilds than they do 25. Like, look at most big servers now have like 20 million 10-man guilds and 2 25. So, them bringing back, like, the forcingness of people running 25-man isn't a bad thing. It means there's more 25-man guilds, which is good. It means there's more recruitment for 25-man guilds, which helps keep them healthy. But it'll probably cause issue within 10-man guilds. I can see a lot of 10-man guilds disbanding or having to merge, and merges never usually go too well. People leaving 10-man guilds to go raid 25-man, kind of like an apocalypse. Like, things are gonna, either way it's not gonna be good. Whether they change it now, people are gonna be angry. Whether they keep it the same, people are gonna be angry. So it's kind of a split in the community at the moment. There's like this half of players that likes the idea of separate, this part that likes the way it is. So Blizzard have kind of got themselves in a crap position, because no matter what choice they make now, it's going to be the wrong choice. It's definitely the wrong choice, because someone's going to be upset. And not just someone, a large population of players going, well, this is stupid, I'm unsubscribing. Even though they don't really know why they're unsubscribing or saying they're going to unsubscribe. So it'll be interesting to see how this develops, whether it'll actually come into like effect, whether we'll actually ever hear anything of it again, whether it'll just stay to Korea. I don't know. But I personally am for them doing it. I won't be upset or disappointed if it doesn't happen. I'd be happy if it did happen, because I'd like to be able to raid more. But if it doesn't happen, then it doesn't matter, it's the same as it is now. And if it does happen, I really hope people don't go too crazy, the ones that don't like it, because it's still not going to affect you too much. If you see, I can see how it's an issue for some people who are in top-end raiding guilds or whatever, because they manage their time. Like, some people still work jobs and have families and stuff who are in top-end guilds, and they have to manage their time perfectly around doing dailies and preparing for raids and raiding. If they have to raid an extra day or an extra hour, then that's going to cause issues for them. That's going to unbalance their lives, which is kind of a bad thing, like, that's not good. So that's probably not a good thing. Like, the guilds that will put that pressure on people to raid that extra time or go do it, the guilds that need to have that extra gear, are gonna struggle and see big issues, because people are just gonna be like, well, no, I can't do that. I have 20 million dailies to do a day. I have kids, I've got work. I only manage to raid like with you guys every day for 6 hours because my time's managed perfectly from work. I'm already tired as it is, I don't want to do this extra like 2 hours a week raiding. So, shoot, So either way, it's unfortunately going to cause drama, and it's kind of one of those things that you wish, like, I'm excited for it, but I wish it would have never came up. I wish it would have just gone away. And the reason I think it's going to come in is, a while ago, Ghostcrawler did mention that he wished they went back to the old system of this, the 10 and 25-man being separate, or 25-man being superior. But I just couldn't think how they can make 25-man more superior without, like, doing this. I mean, if they made it so the lockouts weren't separate but 25-man had better gear, then that'd still force people to go raid 25-man, but it wouldn't make as much difference. Actually, that's not a bad plan. I mean, it would make 25-man better than 10-man, but it'd still make the 10-man guild stay 10-man, because they don't care about the extra gear, like, they don't. If they're raiding 10-man and don't have the option of raiding both, then they're just going to stick raiding 10-man, because it's still going to give them the same gear. Obviously 25-man's slightly better, but they're still going to get the gear that they need. While if a 10-man guild wanted server first, they might go raid 25-man for a little bit and then go back to 10 or whatever. But if they're a 10-man guild exclusively, then they're not going to have the option to do that anyway, so they're just going to raid 10-man. And only the people who are really like, I must be the best special snowflake in the world, you know, they'll leave the 10-man guild to go raid 25-man. That'd be about the only issue I can see there. That wouldn't cause people to raid more. They'd raid the same, because you wouldn't be able to do both if the item level was just different and the lockouts remain the same. So only the special snowflakes who actually want the extra item level would go raid 25-man and leave the 10-man guilds. So yeah, I could see that working. They'd probably have some faults, like people are complaining that why make 25-man better, but I feel it needs some form of extra reward. I feel people need to be like patted on the shoulder for raiding 25-man. Like, well done, you actually managed to get an actual working 25-man guild and keep it running, you know, good job. Congratulations to you, you're playing the raiding as it's meant to be, while even though 10-man's still good and how the game's meant to be, it just doesn't feel as right as 25-man. And I feel 25-man does need that extra reward, does need that extra kind of good job, you know? Because, as I've said, if a 25-man guild, like, for example, my US guild, was struggling to kill some stuff on 25-man, so just took some of their 10-man some players and went and raided 10-man for the off days when the raiding had ended. And they cleared it easy. They face rolled it. Like, we were being crushed by it on 25-man. Went and did it 10-man, no problem. Like, wasn't even remotely an issue. Did a couple of wipes, was like, okay, we can do this, let's kill it. Killed it. You know, it wasn't like, oh god, this is horrible, this is just as hard as 25-man. It wasn't even close. Because in 25-man you can have a lot more people like weighing you down. If you have one or two bad people just dying to stuff all the time, which is going to happen because there's a lot more people, then that can screw over your raid. While 10-man, you can get a core of people who don't mess up. You can take the better players, you know, you can go kill stuff easier. So, I do feel 25-man does need the extra pat on the shoulder. So let me know what you think of the whole situation. Let me know how you feel if you're a 10-man guild or a 25-man guild. Let me know your opinions. I like to know what everyone else thinks. Let me know if you think this will happen to EU and US, or if it's going to stay the same, or if they're going to make any changes to raiding, or if you have an alternative. If you have an idea that will make like this like a solution, basically. Some way of making 25-man better, or if you don't feel 25-man deserves it, like, let me know what you're thinking. So, that's been the end of this video. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Hopefully you've enjoyed seeing my skinny white ass on the left-hand corner of the screen. And I will see you for another video soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Ciao.